think with the doctor. Yes, he's got it. Here he comes. Way back the baby to sleep.
Until morning. Ewing.
Oh, wow.
Oh. He's going to try to get one more shot off the end. Push the buzzer.
How about that?
Steps over Teron Lewis. He thought about three. He'll put up a three.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Boom Broadcasting presents Three from Deep. I'm your host, Jason Colenso. Guys, welcome to the show. Thank you all for joining me here. Sorry I missed last week. I was a little under the weather, had a little vacation, and it got the best of me. But now we are back. We are here talking about the NBA here on the Boom Broadcasting Network. So please jump on that like and subscribe button, man. But guys, thank you very much for joining me. I am super excited to talk about some NBA today, man. We got a few things we're going to get into here because right now the NBA is on fire. Lots going on. So what are we going to talk about? We got the King is back. We got Detroit Rock City is streaking. We got some injuries to talk about too, man. Some big ones to discuss here. And then we got a little crosstown beef. We got a little Klay beef going on here. And then we got a farewell. And then we got the Emirates Cup for this week. And it is holiday week, guys. So please, if you're out there driving around, going to friends, families' houses for the holidays here, please drive safely. Please be responsible and get to your destination with no incidents. So please be careful out there because this is one of the highest traveled weeks of the year here. Thanksgiving coming up here. One of my favorite holidays, of course. Who doesn't love some turkey? And there's no basketball on Thursday, but we do have football. We do have some basketball Wednesday and Friday. So we'll get into that here. But guys, have a blessed holiday and please be safe out there. It's good stuff. When you get to your destination, sit back, relax, and watch some Boom Broadcasting. Watch some Three from Deep, man. We'd appreciate it. So what are we going to get into today? First, well, the King is back. Yes, LeBron James this past week has made his triumphant return, his 23rd season for number 23, kind of getting over his sciatica, which is kind of interesting because you never really get over it. You just kind of manage it and maintain it. So as you get older, I'm finding that out myself. As you get older, you kind of have to manage and deal with these kind of lingering injuries. So, but the King is back. He's 47 games away from breaking Robert Parrish's all-time games played record in the NBA. 564 or 1,564, I think he's at right now. 1564, 1565, one of those. But that's a lot of basketball. Look, LeBron James is extremely impressive. The way he's taking care of his body. Look, things start to break down after a while, playing this long in the NBA, even, guys who are seemingly indestructible like LeBron James has been for a good bit of his career. After you hit 40, it's hard to bounce back from certain things. So it is extremely impressive to see LeBron James out there playing at his age. That first game came back, 11 points, 12 assists, 3 rebounds in that first game. Very impressed. And I think that's going to be what LeBron James is going to be this point in his career. He's not the first option. He's probably not even the second option right now on that team. I think he's going to be more of a facilitator. I like the assist aspect of his game because that's Luka's team now. Just hand the reins over, give it to Luka Laker, and LeBron James can now just kind of enjoy what he wants to do for the rest of his career. Does he want to finish this year and walk away. He really hasn't said much of anything. I think this is going to be kind of a surprise. I think the closer we get to the end of the season, he'll have to deal with a lot of those "is this it" kind of questions. Right now, the Lakers are third in the West, so knock on wood, barring any injuries, and any drama in LA, looks like they're gonna make the playoffs. They're playing really, really well in the West. OKC on fire. It's hard to beat them right now. They're 16-1, first in the West. There is definitely no championship lag in them. Then you have the Nuggets at 12-4, and we'll talk about that because they just had an injury bug bite them. But Nikola Jokic is still the best basketball player in the world. But third, Luka got the Lakers playing well. And then now you sprinkle a LeBron James in there, even an older LeBron. This is going to be an interesting team to watch throughout the rest of the year. Be kind of curious to see how much rest LeBron James gets. Maybe he ramps it up through Christmas, and then once you start getting into January, February, they may start dialing him back a little bit, especially depending on where they start in the standings, where they're at in the standings. So, but LeBron James, at his age, 23 years in the league, and to me, what's more impressive? Look, guys, we can have the GOAT conversation. That's a discussion for another day. I still think he's great, but I still don't think he's the GOAT. But he has played a lot of basketball in his career. And we're not just talking about NBA. Look, this guy was on television in high school. That's crazy. And he's still playing. Everybody else done retired. Bunch of guys are already in the Hall of Fame that started, around the same time or just a little bit after him. I mean, it's just amazing how far his career has gone. But give him props. He has played a lot of NBA games. He has played in the Olympics, in some of the championship games. He has played a lot of basketball. So to continue to love the game, to continue to want to be a part of the daily grind. And that's when you listen to athletes talk about their passion for the game. A lot of them don't lose the passion for the game. It's the passion for the grind. It's the getting up early. It's the getting in the gym. It's the shoot around. It's the practices after the game. I mean, it's just all of that stuff wrapped up in one. And it's a lot, when you've had a very long career. So it's not like a lot of guys lost, their will to want to play the game. It's just the will to deal with, the back-to-backs, to deal with the travel. You get you're missing your family. The thing I think that helps LeBron James is he has got to fulfill his dream, and he is now playing basketball with his son. Look, guys, you guys can knock Bronny James all you want. Yes, he's probably not the best basketball player that in a deserving spot. He definitely has to work on his game more. Was he kind of not really supposed to be in the position and shouldn't have been drafted by the Lakers? I mean, you guys can have those arguments all you want. To me, that doesn't matter. To me, LeBron James has done something that not a lot of athletes can say they've done. He's had a phenomenal career. He's had, for the most part, a pretty uneventful career off the court as far as drama. Look, he's done some great things in the community. He built a school. He's very philanthropic. He is the kind of guy we wish Michael Jordan was back in the day. He loves, talking to the media. He's a little more outspoken with certain types of things. He's not afraid to speak his mind and tell you what he's thinking. Michael Jordan was not like that. Michael Jordan was very quiet, did not like to talk to the media, did not let people into his inner circle. LeBron James is completely the opposite of that. But for him to essentially be just go through his career with no drama, no off the court antics, to lead a stellar life and to be a successful parent. I think that's something as a parent we all hope to and strive for, man, that our kids can fulfill their dreams and we could be witnesses to that. And LeBron James has a front row seat to his son, fulfilling one of his dreams. And I think that's completely amazing. Um, uh, Shout out LeBron. I know when we talk to GOAT conversations, I'm a little rough on him with certain things, especially when it comes to career and who he is as a basketball player compared to Michael Jordan. I know that's, again, a discussion for another day. But man, you cannot take away from the things that LeBron James has done, the amazing career he's had. He's, again, 47 games away from breaking Robert Parrish's record, um, games played, which if he stays healthy, knock on wood, this year, he's going to break that. I think that's really the only record he has left. He's not going to get the championship record because I don't think anybody's going to even sniff the great 11 that Bill Russell has. So, I mean, 11 championships is ridiculous. Bill Russell. Um, he's not going to get to Jordan. I mean, if the Lakers get close this year, I would really be surprised. The West is really deep. I think they're doing phenomenal third in the West right now. But to win the chip, I don't think this Lakers team really has enough depth on their bench to do it. And I don't know if LeBron's going to have enough left in the tank at the end of the year. And we'll see how that goes. But this is the last record left for LeBron. He's got the points record. He's going to have the assists. He's going to have all these records, man. He is a record breaker, which is phenomenal. But if you look at Robert Parrish has the games played record. We never even discussed him as in the GOAT. Look, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar has the rings, had the points record for a very long time. We never had him in the discussion of the GOAT. He's one of the greatest and was always in that discussion with him and Bill Russell. Completely different era. But you can have as many records as you want. I don't think it really changes certain things about LeBron James, but it does really make his career impressive. I hope he continues. I hope he breaks Robert Parrish's record. It's well deserving. And I hope you go out on your own terms. And I think that's the one thing LeBron James is going to do is he's going to put the basketball down on his own terms. He's not going to let anybody tell him to do it. He's not going to have a team tell him he to do it. He's going to do it when he wants to do it, when he wants to do it. I mean, he doesn't even need the record. If he gets sometime in January and goes, dude, I'm done, and puts the ball down and walks away, that's it, man. You well deserving, and man, you've had a great career. So everything else from now on is, I mean, even this past year, 2 years, has all been cherries on top of a stellar career. So welcome back, LeBron James, from just not starting the season, but we kind of expected that was going to happen. A lot of these veterans, don't like to jump into the season. Again, it's the holiday times is really when I think the season really starts. So, but we'll see. LeBron James, the king is back. Guys, what are your thoughts? Does LeBron need another record to solidify his greatness? I don't think so. Let me know what you think. Also, too, let's jump in here. Man, I got to talk about in the East, it's tough for me. Again, New York Knicks fan. I'm worried about my boys. I'm playing a little bit inconsistent right now. But, dude, let's talk about Cade Cunningham and the Detroit Pistons on a 12-game winning streak. First in the East at 14-2. Cade Cunningham, MVP candidate, period. You got to put him in there. He's up there right now with Luka Doncic, Nikola Jokic, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Put Cade Cunningham, put some respect on his name. Cade Cunningham, man. Detroit, Rock City. Detroit has not had a winning streak like this since 03-04, their championship season. So something as special is brewing in Detroit, and everybody better take notice, and everybody better put some respect on Mr. Cunningham's name. And you also better put some respect on JB Bickerstaff's name. Look, he should have won Coach of the Year last year. I think that was a sham, and there's some issues with that. I don't know who was voting. I think that was a little shady. But JB Bickerstaff and what he has done in Detroit, saving that franchise for a long time there, the Detroit Pistons were floundering at the bottom of the East and were essentially a non-existent franchise. To come up from the depths, they drafted Cunningham, just a weak rookie year, second year really weak. He was looking to be a bust. Bickerstaff comes in last year and completely changes the culture and completely transforms the Detroit Pistons into a championship contending team. And now he's got Cade Cunningham as an MVP candidate. Man, come on, guys. We need to give some respect to this team and this franchise, and to Cunningham and to Bickerstaff. If he does not win Coach of the Year this year, then there's something wrong with the NBA. If Cade Cunningham does not get some first place MVP votes, especially the way they're playing right now, and if they continue this trend, then we got a problem. Because you got the Pistons at 14-2, the Raptors. Man, I got to put some respect on the Raptors too. Who the heck? I did not have the Raptors second at 11-5 in the East. I know it's early. I'll put the brakes on a little bit. I know it's early. Cavs are right behind them at 3. Heat are playing well. Got my Knicks at 5. 76ers, Hawks, Magic are all kind of in the mix. Again, we're kind of seeing what's going on with those teams. I think they're still trying to find their way. But, man, Detroit is the best team in the East right now. Hands down. From top to bottom, they're playing well. They got Jaden Ivey back. But Cade Cunningham, 27 points a game, almost 6 rebounds a game, almost 10 assists a game. MVP. Cunningham. Respect. And it hurts as a Knicks fan. Look, Detroit gave us some problems in the playoffs last year. It's been a while since they were in the playoffs, so I don't know if they winning a little bit, takes some muscle memory to not just win, but to get through the playoffs. So now Detroit is going to be dangerous in the playoffs this year. They had their experience last year. Their defense is ridiculous. And they have an MVP candidate. From top to bottom, Tobias Harris back too. Guys, watch out for Detroit. In the East, Cleveland, you're on notice. New York, you're on notice. Heat, Raptors. Raptors playing well too. We'll talk about them coming up here in another show. But they are a surprise team in the East right now here. But I knew Detroit was going to be good this year, but this is some next level shit right now. Cade Cunningham, next level. Guys, let me know what you think. Should Cade Cunningham be in the lead right now? As of right now, look, we can future whatever predict. The Pistons can lose 20 in a row, which I don't think is going to happen. They play tonight against the 2-14 Pacers for number 13. Can they get hit 13 in a row? You don't look past any NBA team, whether they're 2-14 or not, because you can have a bad shooting night and lose a game. But 13, almost 13 in a row, 12 in a row, 13 to play like they're playing, guys. Let me know. Is Cade Cunningham right now in the lead for the MVP? I want to hear from you. Drop me a line, drop me a comment. Let me know what y'all think, because I think so right now. Cade Cunningham on fire. And then we got some guys that are out. Man, it's too early in the season. I hate this. I want to see these teams with the full complement of players. We've had Wemby go down, calf strain. He's probably not going to be back till maybe next week. I know they're going to take a look at that. I hate that. He was playing well. Spurs were playing well. To have them not have Victor Wembanyama. Look, the Spurs are 11-4, fourth in the West. Rockets are coming up on them. Suns, another surprise team. We'll talk about that again next week's show. We're going to talk about some surprise teams. But the Spurs, to not have Victor Wembanyama, he was playing ridiculous, and for him to be out with that calf strain, not good. So hopefully he gets healthy and can get back in the game here. Giannis with that left groin strain, another one. We forget how great he is. The Bucks still need a little work to get back up into the East, but Giannis Antetokounmpo is still one of the top 5 players in the NBA right now, dude. So for him to be injured, that hurts the Bucks tremendously, and I don't like to see that. I'm really curious to see if the trade rumors are going to start. Again, Bucks just kind of having a so-so beginning to this season. Giannis starting off good, but I think I really do believe it's time for Giannis and the Bucks to move on from each other. I really, really do. And then just happening not that long ago, Aaron Gordon for the second place Denver Nuggets out 4 to 6 weeks with a hamstring injury that he'll be reevaluated, and that hurts. Probably Denver is the one that it hurts the least amount in this. I mean, I know Aaron Gordon going down, but when you have Nikola Jokic and you have the rest of that team, I think Denver will right the storm for the next month and keep pace in the West. Wemby and Giannis going down. Giannis especially, you talk about important person to their team. Giannis is up there because the Bucks are nothing without Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Spurs, they at least have Fox and Castle and some other complementary players to really kind of keep pace and win some games. And same thing with, again, Aaron Gordon and the Nuggets. But that stinks. I miss full complement. This is the NBA. I want to see the stars out there. I hate the excuse that, well, if we had our full team, et cetera, et cetera. But, man, all right, knock on wood. Hopefully we don't have any more major injuries. At least get through Christmas, please. So, yeah, because man, I don't like these holiday games, and because we all have time off. You finally get a chance to sit and watch some games, and you're watching bench guys, or you're not watching the full complement of players. It's not a lot of fun. So, but guys, because this is my favorite time of year as a family man. It is hard not to get wrapped up into the holiday spirit. I do love the holidays again. Much love to everybody out there watching, friends, family, etc. Please have a safe holiday season. But this is my favorite time of year. I mean, there's Thanksgiving to be able to break bread with your family and show love and help people around you. And then you get it roll into Christmas. I love, spending the holidays with my family, and it means a lot. And sports is always going to be a part of that. Football on Thanksgiving Day, we watch the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade in the mornings, and then football throughout the day. You can't beat that. And then basketball throughout that weekend, and football throughout that weekend. And then again, Christmas time, you get into Christmas basketball and Christmas games. The NFL's trying to muscle into those NBA games. I really think the NFL needs to kind of just chill out. Look, you guys are the kings. We get it. NFL draws the numbers, but Christmas Day needs to be the NBA. Let's just do that, man. Just back off NFL, give the NBA Christmas Day, and let's not have a pissing contest here on which sport is better or who draws the most, viewership, et cetera, et cetera. So, but guys, thank you all again for joining me, and let's have a blessed holiday season. But man, there's some people out there that are not really getting along on this holiday season here. So we're going to talk about Mr. Klay Thompson and Ja Morant had a little tete-a-tete over the weekend. And then this stems back to beef back in 2022 with Golden State, when Golden State knocked out Ja Morant and the Grizzlies. I think there was a little talking, because the NBA is notorious for talking. The hold me back beef, I got that up on there because, of course, in the NBA, you get these guys pushing and shoving, and it's a hold me back, bro, hold me back. It's just sometimes it gets a little funny, but we had a little post game beef. Ja on the bench, which is kind of funny, in a loss to the Grizzlies after Klay missed a shot. Ja kind of belted out, "You're a bum now. Who's the best shooter in the house?" And he was talking about one of his players. And then it kind of just ignited the little bit of the beef. And of course, after the fact, and I wrote this down here too, it was just really just running his health. He has been running his mouth for, I can't even read my own handwriting here. Let me try it again. It was really just running his mouth. He's been running his mouth for a long time. It's funny to run your mouth when you're on the bench. It's the kind of story of his game, so his career so far. Just us wanting more. So I think Klay taking shots at Ja Morant because Ja doing Ja things instead of being great and focusing on basketball. He was just talking trash, and Klay took exception to that. So I think Klay took the high road. But it's in the NBA, you want rivalry. You want a little bit of that chippiness. You want beef. I don't want Twitter beef. I don't want Facebook stuff and who's going online talking about someone and pointing fingers at the end of a game and that kind of stuff. That's weak. I mean, I know Klay getting started. Ja, come on, man. Ja Morant, I've been waiting for a long time for this dude to reach his full potential, and he's using his energy to completely just make an ass of himself. Klay took the high road, didn't really acknowledge the beef. Again, the pushing and shoving at the end game, that to me, that means nothing. But Ja Morant, the Grizzlies need to trade him. Look, Ja Morant is a top 5 talent. He has that much talent. But right now, he is not a top 5 talent. He talks a lot. He's not a really good leader for his team. I think he has exhausted himself with the Memphis Grizzlies. He's not getting along with his coach. A lot of stuff behind the scenes going on. I'm very disappointed. I would have thought there would have been some growth from a lot of the things that happened with the gunplay and the fake gangster stuff. Again, these guys, they get a little bit of dough. They watch too much TV. They watch a little too much internet. They want to floss in front. And Ja Morant, again, instead of being in the news about playing basketball. Instead of being on Sports Center showing us your talents, we get to watch you pointing fingers and trying to start beef with essentially a Hall of Fame championship shooter. Look, Clay's not having a good season, but neither are the Dallas Mavericks. I think Klay needs to get out of Dallas. Also, I'd love to see Klay in New York. I think you put Klay in New York on the New York Knicks, we're holding something because we can use a 3-point shooter, and I think that would re-energize him and he'd feel a lot better. Although I still think he belongs back in Golden State. I think that's what he's missing. He needs to be with his splash brother right now. But Klay Thompson's legacy has been solidified. This, a bad season does not take away from him being as great of a shooter as he is, and does not take away from the championship rings that he has on his fingers. John Morant, you don't have shit. You got views. Big deal. Shut your mouth and play some basketball, dude. Be responsible. Be respectful. Go out there and play for your team and play for your coach and play for your players. Play for yourself. Play for your family. Have some honor. This kind of stuff, sad. John Morant, he's going to fade away. You are going to fade away and be a footnote in the NBA if you don't change right now. Look, if you want out of Memphis, go to management and say, dude, get me out of here. Get me what you got. And don't make a stink of it, but just, get out of there. But starting beef with Klay Thompson after a win in November, that's pretty friggin' weak, dude. Ja doing Ja things. That's pretty sad. Guys, if you want to have beef, let's make it something good. This kind of stuff, it's kind of weak. I don't know. I don't like it. We do have to say, via con Dios, we did have a passing in the NBA family over this weekend. My man Rodney Rogers, 12-year veteran, passed away over the weekend. Drafted in 1993 by the Nuggets. 12-year career, played for the Clippers, Suns, Celtics, Nets, Hornets, 76ers. Just a big monster of a man, but had an accident, ended up becoming paralyzed. Not the way, you want things to end up. That's why I am blessed with my life, and I thank, the good Lord every day for letting me get up and to be able to walk and go to work. But man, Rodney Rogers, gone too young, had a great 12-year career. He was a lot of fun, big monster of a man to watch him. Was a lot of fun. But via con Dios, Rodney Rogers, rest in paradise, my man. Not good. Well, guys, we have some big games coming on this weekend too. Tonight, again, Pistons going for number 13, 14-2 right now, 12-game winning streak, going against those 2-14 just ugly Pacers. This is not the Pacers of last year. This is a Lotto Pacers team until they get Halliburton back and some other pieces. But you got Pacers tonight. Another huge matchup, which is crazy to say, but you got the Cavaliers and the Raptors. 11-6 Cavaliers, 11-5 Raptors. Kind of battle for second place right now in the East. Raptors playing really, really well. Again, under the radar, very surprised team this year. Crazy, but that game is on tonight. And then, of course, we got my New York Knicks at 9-6 playing the woeful Brooklyn Nets, who are 3-12. Guys, we need to string some victories together here. Knicks, I need to see something from you. Here. And then we got the Heat and Mavericks tonight playing. Heat playing well. They need to keep pace. You got Nuggets Grizz tonight, which is another pretty good matchup, especially for the Nuggets. They need to see how they're going to do with no Aaron Gordon. So that's we got some big games tonight. And then tomorrow night, the Emirates Cup starts again. We got Hawks Wizards. The Wizards have yet to win a game in the Emirates Cup. I think they've been doing this, 3 years now for this in-season tournament, and they have yet to win a game. They are 1-15, the worst franchise in the NBA, the Washington Wizards. I think they need to fire ownership. I really do believe that in the major sports, if your team doesn't perform well in a certain amount of time, that you're automatically have an ownership change. And this is one of those things. I think the Wizards, you look at the Browns in the NFL, there's a few teams in MLB that are just constantly in the basement. They're always like low. It's the Marlins and some of the other teams. Again, I think you have a 5-year window. As an ownership group, you come in, you need to show something in 5 years and improve a team. If you don't, then I think you're out. And the Washington Wizards, you have been atrocious for a very long time. I think it's time to go. But you got Hawks versus the Wizards on Tuesday. We got the Magic versus 76ers, Clippers, Lakers, which is interesting. They're both 2-0 in Emirates Cup play. And that is on Tuesday. And then Wednesday, you have Pistons, who are 2-0. You have the Celtics, who are 1-2 in Emirates Cup. And then we got my Knicks going against the Hornets. Knicks are 1-1 in Emirates Cup play against the 0-2 Hornets. And then you have the 2-0 Bucks against the 2-1 Heat. That's going to be a good game there on Wednesday. I'm hoping we can get some Giannis news. Hopefully he can get back here pretty soon. You got Pacers, Raptors. Raptors 3-0 in Emirates Cup play. Playing really, really well. 12-5 right now. And you got T-Wolves and Thunder. That's going to be a huge game there. And Edwards needs to show up. But right now, Thunder 16-1. It's hard to repeat in this league, but man, it's going to be hard to beat the Thunder right now. And then you got Grizz, Pelicans, Rockets, Warriors, which is going to be a pretty nice matchup. KD facing his old squad there, the Warriors. And then you got Spurs, Trailblazers, Suns, Kings to finish it up before the break, because there's no games on Thursday. And then Friday, some more Emirates Cup play. You got the Cavs versus the Hawks, 76ers, Nets, Bulls, Hornets, Magic, Pistons, which is going to be a going again. Pistons. Respect on that name. Then you got Wizards, Pacers. That is just the bottom of the barrel playing the bottom of the barrel. Oof, that's bad. Bucks, Knicks. I need my Knicks to do something here, man. We got to string some victories together here. Suns, Thunder. Suns, again, another surprise team. Devin Booker got some guys playing really, really well. And then this would have been a phenomenal matchup on Friday with the Spurs Nuggets. But no Wemby. I'm hoping to hear some more news to see when he's coming back, because to see Wemby versus Joker, that would have been a phenomenal matchup. This is still going to be a good game. This Spurs versus the Nuggets is still going to be a good game. Both kind of missing some guys, but then you got the Kings, Jazz, Mavs, Lakers. Lakers, you done stole Luka from the Mavericks, and now the Mavericks are trash. I mean, they were trash before, but now they're even bigger trash. And then you got the Grizz, Clippers there on Friday. And then going into the weekend, Saturday, we're back to regular games. Celtics, T-Wolves looks like it's going to be a nice game. Then you have Pistons, Heat. 8 o'clock game on Saturday. That's going to be a heck of a game here, especially if the Pistons start rattling off some victories and continue their hot streak. So that's going to be a big game. Heat, Pistons, you're talking about two really hot teams right now in the East. So we'll see how that goes. That's kind of the game of the weekend for me. You do have Nuggets, Suns going on Saturday too, but Saturday night, man, Heat, Pistons. Who would have thought Saturday night Heat, Pistons would have been kind of the biggest game of that Saturday night? So crazy stuff, man. Lots going on in the NBA, guys. We're going to be talking about a lot more here. As the season starts heating up, I will work on getting back to doing 3 from deep 3 times a week. I still do sideline savants because fantasy football is still in full effect. So, guys, if you haven't checked me out on Wednesdays after 12, sideline savants, I do my fantasy football podcast. So check that out. But, man, I appreciate you guys jumping in here with me. It is the holidays. Please be safe. Please have fun. Please eat responsibly. Try not to blow nobody's bathroom up. Let's be respectful. Bring the spray with you. If you go to somebody's house, bring the spray with you. Don't just think someone's gonna have some spray in their bathroom. Be sneaky. Your little pocket, get the little pocket sized ones. And this way you handle business, but you don't leave any evidence. So, guys, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining me here on 3 from Deep. I will see you again. But again, hit that like and subscribe button here. Jump on the Boom Broadcasting Network here. Lots of great content going on. And I will see you guys next week with some more basketball news. Let's see how this week goes here, guys. I'll check you later. Peace.